Today's review, we're going to Germany for a brand new brewery for the channel. This is Fisticuffs and Flowers, and this is from German brewery. Be careful for this pronunciation. FUERST WIACEK. I don't know what that is. Let's see what it's like. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Yeah, that introduction, I made a right mess of it. I should have practiced in the mirror about 10 times to say this brewery's name. So, FUERST WIACEK. Can you read that? That's what it says. So it's a German brewery from Berlin. Fisticuffs and Flowers. It's not a German sort of wording. It's a double dry hop IPA. It doesn't say the hops on the outside, but I do know it's got Simcoe and Citra and Sabro in it. I've got it right. Anyone think this is my first review? It probably is, to do a German one. It's also in collaboration with KCBC, which is a lot easier to pronounce. I think they're either KCBC, are they American? I'm not sure. I should really do more research. But anyway, wanted to bring in some more breweries, not the usual ones. You know, there's a lot of breweries. You know, if you look at my top 10 and you look at the reviews I've done last year, they are almost exclusive, you know, in all of the reviews I've done, which is not really great in terms of trying new stuff. So thought I'd try this brewery. I've heard good things. German craft beer. Not really I don't think it's a big thing, because let's face it, their normal non-craft beer is just massive, you know, the world over. So their craft stuff doesn't really get seen. So we'll see what this one's like, and if it's any good, then we'll obviously try some different styles and some other beers from them. Well, beer in a glass. That's as custard as you're going to get, really. I mean, there's a lightness to it. It's a very light yellow colour, but it's definitely custard colour. Very yellowy. We've got 2 and a bit, even 3 fingers, fairly compacted on the top and fairly loose at the side, but then they're pretty much always going to be like that. Looks pretty good. Let's see what the aroma's like. Sabro's a bit subtle in this. Lots of citrus, lemons, limes, grapefruit. Yeah, I'm trying to find the Sabro. I think it's buried in there. Maybe we'll get it in the flavour. But I mean, it looks good. It smells inviting. So let's tuck in. Cheers, everyone. Definitely taste the Sabro. That's really good, refreshing beer. I mean, this is the time of the year where you're not always looking for a refreshing beer, but this is a lovely, refreshing beer. Carbonation is soft. There's a little bit of zip into the carbonation, if I'm honest about it, and that's sort of just enough, really. It's a very light body, but there's loads of flavour in there. The Sabro it's one of those beers. I'll put the beer down and talk about it. Sabro is one of those hops that is a little marmitey, because sometimes you can have it and it's extreme in the mix. This is subtle. There's more of the pineapple. There's more of the sort of the lime and stuff like that, and that little bit of mint in there. The coconut is there, but because I know it's Sabro, I'm looking for the coconut. But you know, I think if anyone had drank this and didn't know about hops or didn't know about Sabro especially, and just was enjoying it, they go, oh yeah, it's quite refreshing and fruity. Yeah, this is what I call a very good way of brewing with Sabro. It's in there, but it's subtle. It just gives a little bit of an edge, a little bit of difference to the beer to stop it all being a little bit too citrusy and sort of there's a little bit of perfuminess to it. But again, that comes from the Sabro, and like sort of has some of those elements that Talus has, which is a very flowery beer hop. But Sabro's a little bit got, as I say, a bit more on the coconut and a bit more the sweetness. You get more that pina colada, the pineapple and stuff in there as well, and you're getting that with this. It's a lovely flavoured beer. The mouthfeel is soft. I mean, it's good as a lot of beers that I've had from the likes of Azvex and Sure Shot. similar, you know, it's an easy drinking, moreish IPA with lots of flavour, nothing too harsh. There's none of the sort of dankness coming in. It's not over. It's not got too much carbonation. The body's just about right. It's, as I said, it's a light body, but it's quite. You know, I tell you what's similar to something like Azvex, where their beers are very much this colour. They're very sort of this colour, but the mouthfeel's the same. So maybe they're using the same sort of yeasts and stuff like that. But it's very similar to sort of beers that I've had from Azvex. And obviously Azvex make great beers. So, you know, if they can keep up with Azvex, then it's pretty good. I think the only thing, and it's probably because it's German, I think this beer, I'm sure it was a little bit more than £5. It might be about £5.60, £5.70, something like that. And I wanted to try it. And I thought, I'll pay the extra little bit of money. Because I think that's the high end for IPAs. Azvex, you can pay under £5, but then, you know, they're 20 miles away in Liverpool, so that's probably why. But this is a good beer, and I'm looking forward to having more stuff from them. I will probably seek out a double IPA from them next. But this is exactly what I'm looking for whenever an IPA, New England IPA. Nice mouthfeel, juicy, fruity flavours. And with Sabro, although you can taste it in there, is very subtle, and I prefer that. I think most people that drink, I don't know many people that say, yeah, I want Sabro right from front and centre, slapping me around the chops. I think this is really good. Sabro and Simcoe, and I think they sort of bat off each other. So the sweet, the coconutty stuff is held back by the more earthier, more sort of citrusy grapefruit that Simcoe brings. But at the same time, it's not a load of earthiness that, you know, you would sometimes expect with a Simcoe heavy beer. Citra just brings over this brightness of everything citrusy. It's definitely got more citrus going on. There's you know, the only thing that's probably a little bit more on the tropical side is that sort of pineapple flavour that you're getting with that sort of pina colada sort of mix with the Sabro hop. But I think it's pretty good. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Fisticuffs and Flowers from Berlin brewery FUERST WIACEK. I don't think that's how you pronounce it. And also in collaboration with KCBC, which I'm sure an American brewery. I don't know why I've got it from the back of my mind, it might be Spanish, but I'm sure they're American. Yeah, it's a good beer. It's an IPA. I don't think you can say what the ABV was. 6.8%. So yeah, I mean, that's well hidden, that's 6.8%, because it's quite a light light beer in terms of the mouthfeel and everything. But the flavour's there, and it does pack a good punch in terms of flavour. So let's go for the scores. We'll start, as we always do, with aroma. Appearance. Flavour. Value for money, as I said, I think it's somewhere between £5.30 and £5.80. And finally, my overall experience. Type the scores up. We're recommending this beer. It's a good beer to be recommended. Yeah, it's not going to win IPA of the year, but it's still pretty good. 78 out of 100. So it's the high end of the recommended, nearly highly recommended. But, you know, those extra few points, it's just one of those sort of beers that you drink and you think, this is a great IPA. This is the stuff that I like. I think that the flavours are good. There's nothing harsh. Nothing's overpowering. There's no sort of, I don't want dank weediness with an IPA, especially. I look at IPAs now, even at 6.8%. Something that's easy drinking but got lots of flavour, and this definitely has. So yeah, let me know if you've had anything from this brewery. Let me know how you pronounce their name properly, if you could. You know, if you could phonetically spell it out for me, then maybe I will next time I have one for them, I'll get it right. But have you ever had any beers from these before? I have seen them suddenly, you know, 3 or 4 beers. I got this from Prost, but I've seen them in Trembling Madness as well. I think it's a brewery to watch out for. So if you've had them from them before, let me know. If you had any other stuff, any double IPAs, any other pale ales maybe, or anything else that they might do, let me know in the comments. And until the next one, well, you know, please give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Drink good craft beer. And of course, keep on, you know it, rocking.